Hey everyone! Welcome to today's video. I'll be comparing the Pentel Mattehop gel pens to the Sakura Gelly Roll Moonlight gel pens. I hope you enjoy the video and let's dive right in. I recently ordered the Pentel Mattehop pens to see how they perform on light and dark paper. From what I saw online, the swatches were reminiscent of the Sakura Moonlight gel pens. If you haven't seen it, I do have a full separate review on the Sakura Moonlight gel pens, which I will link here if you're curious. However, I will provide brief comparisons between the two pens to try and decide which one is a better pen in terms of characteristics, performance, and pricing. Starting off with packaging, the Pentel pens come in a solid plastic body in the color matching the ink inside, whereas the Sakura comes in a clear plastic body with color-coordinated caps. One thing I appreciate about the Pentel packaging is that it includes the shade name on the cap. The Sakura pens have a number system, which you'll have to look up online to figure out the actual shade name. In terms of tip sizes, the Pentel currently is only available in the 1.0mm size, whereas the Sakura comes in 0.6mm and 1.0mm sizes. The inks for both pens are pretty much identical from what I found. They're both pigment-based, water-based, and water-resistant inks. There's no bleed-through or ghosting on 160 GSM paper, such as Archer and Olive or Notebook Therapy journals. But you may experience this on thinner paper. They both show up vibrantly on light and dark paper. In terms of color range, the Pentel line comes with 14 shades, consisting of your standard or classic primary and secondary shades. The Sakura pens come in 30 shades, ranging from fluorescent and pastel shades to jewel tones and grays. On average, the Pentel Mattehop pens retail for about $2 a piece, while the Sakura Moonlight pens go for about $1 a piece. A couple things to note is that when using the Pentel pens, you want to write pretty slowly with them. If you write too fast, these pens are easily prone to skipping. I don't notice this to be the case with the Sakura pens. For my swatches, I went ahead and swatched the Pentel Mattehop pens on their own separate page in my B5 Notebook Therapy dotted journal. I also pasted in a sheet of black Archer and Olive dotted paper for the black paper swatches. Then I went through my Sakura Moonlight collection to find shades that are the most similar to the Pentel to swatch side by side for comparison. But I wouldn't say that any of the colors were exactly the same for both lines. Something that I've noticed with the Pentel Mattehop gel pens is that the ink does appear more vibrant once it's dried. It does look a little translucent when you are first writing, but as it dries, it does become more opaque and vibrant. I went ahead and swatched out the similar colors from the Sakura Moonlight line on the left-hand side compared to the Pentel shades on the right-hand side. Keep in mind that with the exception of the pastel yellow, all of the Sakura Moonlight pens that are featured are in the 0.6mm size, so they'll appear thinner than the Pentel ones. Ultimately, I find that the inks for both pens are pretty much identical. They both dry down to a matte finish with beautifully vibrant shades. The main differences to me would be the extra precaution to write slowly with the Pentel and their color selections. If you prefer a standard color range, I'd suggest the Pentel Mattehop line. If you prefer fluorescence, pastels, grays, or muted tones, I'd go for the Sakura Gelly Roll Moonlight. That's ultimately what it boils down to, is just what shade selection you prefer. If color's not a huge preference for you, I'd recommend the Sakura Gelly Roll Moonlight pens. They're slightly more affordable, and you can write quickly with them without skipping. Overall, both pens do write smoothly, and their inks are very opaque and vibrant. Regardless of which pen you decide to try, I really don't think you'll be disappointed. Well, that does it for this comparison video. Thank you for watching. I hope that you found it helpful. Let me know which pen you'd like to try, or if you've already tried them, which do you prefer? I look forward to hearing from you. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.